This is money. Take a look at it. It doesn't matter if it's dollars, euros, pounds, pesos, or any other fiat currency. The only difference between all of is how quickly they lose their value. That's the job of central banks, such as the Federal Reserve in the United States, to destroy the purchasing power of its currency. That's why most people either remain poor or not getting richer. Even though all this technological progress would suggest that we all should benefit from it. In the last 50 years, after the US totally went off the gold standard, the standard of living for most Americans went in a decline for the first time since the War of Independence. Actually, before the Federal Reserve System was introduced in the US, the standard of living was doubling with each new generation, even without all those robots and other innovations that came to us during the last 50 years. So, if I'm not getting any richer, but wealth is being created by the economy, who's getting it? What gives? Well, funny you should ask. It may not be so surprising, but the wealth you create is going into the deep pockets of big banks. You see, through counterfeiting money, otherwise known as money printing process, the largest banks are the main beneficiaries of all the innovations and improvements in the economy. That's why there is so much animosity on the part of the financial elites towards crypto. Jamie Dimon of Chase is one of the most illustrious representatives of this dubious culture of denial. They desperately wish to regulate all cryptocurrency. Why? There are actually two reasons. Had the Federal Reserve System been abolished in the past, today's salaries would have been at least 4 times larger than they are. Yet the Federal Reserve remains because its purpose is to consume all the additional wealth created by you and other members of society, and turn it into rows of zeros on the quarterly reports by Chase, Goldman Sachs, and others. A decentralized cryptocurrency would counterweigh this well-oiled machine to the point of a complete collapse. Naturally, the bankers cannot allow that. And so the big finance brings in the big government. According to studies done by John Dawson of Appalachian State University and John Cedar of North Carolina State, the government composes an index of federal regulations by tracking the growth in the number of pages in the Code of Federal Regulations since 1949. Dawson and Cedar were able to show that as a result of all those regulations, the average American household is deprived of about $277,000 annually because of 6 decades of accumulated federal regulations and their impact on our families. It means that instead of today's median household income of $53,000, each American family could wind up with $330,000 a year. If this is not a blatant and systematic government robbery of its people, I don't know what is. So as you can see, the government's meddling in the economy is really robbing you of your wealth. The economy can and would produce much more wealth for everybody if our government would just let us be. The median salary, without all that money printing and intrusive regulation, would be close to $500,000 a year, the amount only the select few are able to make. You may ask, why are you telling me all this? I want you to know that you're much poorer not because some politician or a banker made a mistake, but because of the way the system is designed, which is to make you poor and keep you poor. Today, it doesn't matter how good or bad your financial situation is, you are at best getting 5% of what you're actually earning. The bulk of the value you're producing is pocketed by governments and banks. This is wrong. While most people work hard and create value, their wealth is being stolen from them through lies and trickery. That's it for now. This has been part 3 of our funmentary on money, life, and how to make enough of the former to fully enjoy the latter. We'll see you in part 4, where we begin to talk about what we can do to improve things. Like us, share the video, and subscribe to our channel. We do it for you. Later.